Mother Nature and God the Father are dead, and we have killed them. What did we lose when we forgot our mother, and what did we forget when we lost our father? What is nature? Nature is the living world from which we came, our material predecessor and ancestor. Nature is our biology, our bodies, and the functions and instincts we possess. Nature governs our life cycle of birth, growth, reproduction, and death. Nature determines our basic needs, our physical capacities and limitations, and our many wants and desires. We feel a sense of beauty and awe seeing the natural world in all her intricacy and majesty. We are products of nature, evolved and adapted to the natural environment. From nature we derive our sense of health and well-being, and our own human nature. What is God? God is humanity's best attempt to answer, why is there something rather than nothing? God is the creator, thereby giving the universe ultimate meaning and purpose. God represents the unified truth and divine order of things. We feel a sense of security knowing that we're here for a reason, our lives have purpose. We are children of God, our eternal soul favored and beloved. From God we derive our sense of right and wrong, and our hierarchy of values. Around the turn of the 19th century, infant mortality begins to decline. Nowadays it is less than 1% in developed nations. The Industrial Revolution had brought a greater abundance of resources, as well as developments in healthcare and medicine. Low infant mortality meant natural selection no longer filtered infirmity from the gene pool. Even the very sick and vulnerable were able to survive and flourish. The growth of industry and economy demanded greater sacrifice from nature, turning her flesh into resources for humankind. We reduced nature to matter and energy, to be used and exploited to our own ends. The subjugation of the natural world to human civilization meant that we lost reverence and respect for our environment. We had usurped nature and elevated humankind to the dominant force on Earth, only occasionally reminded of nature's primacy through catastrophe and natural disaster. Mother Nature was lost, and with her, our instincts weakened. We became blank slates, socially constructed, disembodied consciousness. The year is 1882. Nietzsche declares that God is dead, and we have killed him. Nietzsche meant that we had falsified the God hypothesis from our worldview. The gradual development of reason, skepticism, and the scientific method had dismantled Judeo-Christian cosmology. We could no longer collectively believe that the earth and the universe were created for us, and that morality and the purpose of our lives were bestowed on us from our Creator. We had become clever and sophisticated in our explanation for things. Although we hadn't answered the ultimate question with absolute certainty, the myth and the mystery had largely been stripped away. God the Father was gone, and with him our unifying meta-narrative about why there is something rather than nothing, and why we are here. The death of nature meant the loss of connection and identification with the world. Our sense of continuity and interdependence with the natural world was replaced with a separation and exploitation of the natural world. Humans now occupy a built environment of objective things rather than a habitat of subjective beings. It began with our separation from the land and the living world, but we even severed our connection with our bodies, forgetting our very nature. Instinct and senses have been replaced with knowledge and ideas. Survival and reproduction replaced with well-being and consumption. We transcended the animal kingdom, liberated from privation and danger, but it came with a price. Disenchantment and afflictions of affluence, too much comfort, too much food, too much pleasure. We still crave connection, love, adventure, and the sacred, but where will we look for them? The death of God meant the loss of a unifying meta-narrative, a sense of objective morality. Many people today still challenge atheists that without God there is no moral bedrock. Right and wrong were no longer written into the fabric of the universe. Morality became subject to the whims of intellectuals and politicians. We lost ultimate meaning and purpose, opening the door for nihilism and the existential angst that accompanies it. We even lost absolute truth, clouded as it was by the fog of postmodernism. We had attained freedom, unbound from oppressive dogma, but the hunger for morality, purpose, belonging, and truth all persist. And how will we satisfy our cravings? We left the garden and went inside to stare into dead machines. The sacred feminine is gone. In her place, succubus, terrible mother of lust and loneliness. Love is found in simulacra, setting thirst traps for likes, comments, and subscriptions. And human reproduction? Unethical, if you ask the antinatalist. The good life is capitalism with a conscience and ethical consumerism, a plant-based diet to let nature know you're sorry. It's not you, nature, it's me. I love me now, my life, my choices, my freedom, and my pleasure. In place of absolute morality, relativism reigns, where the good is replaced by your good and my good. We ask the meaning of life not to seek, but to sneer. A rhetorical question meant to remind us that some questions are silly and pointless. Truth used to belong to the external world. Now it belongs to the individual speaker. This is my truth. Go find your own. From God's grave grow the weeds of relativism, nihilism, and postmodernism. Our parents are dead. Orphaned, we have left the home and stepped out into the wide world. We're anxious and a little depressed, but we're confident. It's now up to us. We must take up the mantle of responsibility from our mother and father. From our mother, seek union with ultimate reality. Observe your human nature and observe all of nature. Live in harmony with your human nature and live in harmony with all of nature. Nourish your body and take care of your health. Use your imagination, appreciate beauty, and follow your heart. From our Father, seek to make order out of chaos. Remain curious and keep asking why, taking care to listen to the answers. We may yet find the secret of existence itself. Take responsibility for yourself, for others, and for the world. Aim at the highest good. Cultivate your virtue and build your competence. Our childhood is over. This is adolescence. We are on the pathway to the maturity of our species. Thank you so much for watching.